Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So, pretty interesting week. I think let's just start with the monthly chart actually, and to give you a sense of what's going on. And you can see we had a monthly pin bar. When was this? This was 2 months ago. So, and then we had this big red bar. Then we've got a higher low on the monthly and this massive inside bar with the oscillators separating, and at the same time you can see price making a higher low from the previous low here and oscillators making a lower low. So diversions inside bar, not quite a level, but there isn't a level here because of the way that we went parabolic over the last couple of months, the last couple of years. So this is looking more and more like a flag. So previous move up, retracement, close the gap. Next move up is a break of the flag and up. So if you look at the monthly, really looking interesting going into the close of the year. Similar on the weekly, you can see clear uptrend at the moment. Well, not a clear uptrend, but we're bouncing off the 155. Oscillators moving and pointing quite sharply to the upside. So what we're looking for here on the weekly is this crossover to happen again and then price to get above it and sort of find a base up there. Once that happens, that confirms the flag break, it confirms the structure, and 4,200 is the area to pay attention to. A little bit lower than that, but it's 4,200. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a break and a hold above there on the weekly. If you look at last week's bar, nice strong bull bar closing on its high. A lot of interaction here where we are. Let's do that. You can see quite a bit of interaction here in the past. You can see there was support, there was support, there was support, there was support, and then we broke through it and then all over the place, kind of rejected the top level, and now we're back in this area. So we need to get above 4,200 for us to start thinking of this here is a double bottom. You can see there's a first leg, there's a second leg, and we have a continuation. And also validate that this is potentially a flag or a channel if you do it like this, albeit a relatively messy channel with a break below. And often when you get a break below structure like this and then back in, if you get a break above it, it's normally pretty violent. Okay, so that's the bullish outlook at the moment. Bearish outlook would be a rejection of this area that we're at the moment. So you need to pay attention to that. Then that would just another leg down in the channel. Right, so 8 hour. And obviously those two bits of noises on the higher time frames, and you need to take it with a pinch of salt because it could take quite a few weeks to sort itself out. Firstly, oscillators are grouped to the upside on the 8 hour. We've had a bit of a gap down this morning after a strong move up, not too stressed about that. I would be looking for pullbacks to buy into. We've got crossover here. This is the closest level that we have, which is 4,000. And then we also have this structure here, which I think could impact us as well. I'll get to the actual level shortly. Just onto the 3 hour, you can see oscillators grouped to the upside. Definitely don't want to be running longs up there. We've got we're in between structure here, so what we're looking for is a pullback onto some form of structure. And I'm just going to add one more bit of noise to the chart because that level there from pretty much Friday and going into Thursday's close is pretty important. Now, if we get to the hour, you'll see oscillators pointing down, which is a good sign. So we are looking to move down. I'm just going to adjust that slightly. So we're looking to find some support. And if you look at this from Friday, that's a fairly strong area of support. So you can see stayed in this range for quite some time. So coming back to test that break and then moving up to firstly close a weekly gap and then test the highs of the week. I think that's kind of the view that we should have at the moment. And if we get down to the 15 minutes, that's where you're going to be doing your trading today. You can see that structure starting to form. So oscillator starting to group to the downside quite nicely. We are coming into this area of potential support, and you might as well just do that because it could come back and test any one of these tails inside this range. So if you just put a block around it, pay attention to what's happening, and then as soon as price gets to one of those areas and starts bouncing, that's your signal for to take your longs. If we start dropping below this area here, which is 40.74, we need to break below and then come back. That would trigger shorts for me at the moment. So right now, 50-minute trend is up, 1 hour trend is up, 3-hour trend is up, and all of them are pointing strongly to the upside. So even if we do break below 40.74, we'd probably be held up at the next level here, which is 4,000. So any move back to 4,000, I'm watching price action, because that would give me a fairly strong entry for another long. So we had most of the big earnings out of the way last week. We've got quite a bit of earnings still to come, but at the moment, I have a feeling the noise that the Feds put out on Wednesday, there is something in the minutes which everybody's loving, and which is forcing this market to start recovering. So that's kind of the way I'm playing this. Looking to buy off structure, and the areas that we need to pay attention to are right now between 4,100 and 4,090. Any price action in that area off any one of these tails is going to get me long. And first target is the gap, yeah, and that is at 41.31. Second target is 41.43. Get above 41.43 and start forming a base. Then, to be quite frank, you're looking at 42.13 as your next bit of structure. You can see to the left, but you know, to be quite frank, once you start breaking through this area here, it's pretty much plain sailing up until something like that, which is 43.64. Okay, so yeah, messy chart this morning, but that gives you an idea of what we're looking for, because ultimately, let's get to the weekly quick. A break above this area here, 4,200, is going to be pretty strong, and it's going to accelerate a pretty strong move. And then you can see why this target comes into play at 43.64. There's also a gap there. Okay, anyway, guys, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.